What's going on today, Outlaws? So today we're going to talk about something people might be thinking about quite a bit. How do I make a rifle? There are all kinds of ways to make blaster rifles in the game. We're going to go over some of the basics. Obviously, there is an intricate system of crafting in Star Wars Galaxies. And one of the things you have to keep in mind is that there are multiple components that go into making a rifle, as well as blaster pistols, blaster carbines, anything else. And depending on the type of weapon you're using, whether it's a kinetic type damage or energy type damage, you may have just a blaster rifle barrel, or you might have a projectile rifle barrel. Those are some things to kind of keep in mind. You have to remember that there's also ranged weapon cores that go into these weapons as well. That's where a lot of your damage is going to come from. One of the things that Legends did to kind of boost these weapons in the end game is they came out with these appearance damage bonuses that give older weapons a little bit of extra love. Good to have, too. You also have advanced weapon scopes that are used to increase your min-maxing, as well as advanced projectile rifle carbines that do min-maxing. You also have stocks that do min-maxing. So you combine all these components together, which have to be crafted as well. So that's a whole process just like this, even before you even get to this step. You then have to start looking through all of your resources and making sure all of your resources are up to snuff. And there are all kinds of aspects that go into what makes it green, yellow, or even red, which I would never use red, is you got to think about everything from cold resistance, decay resistance, heat resistance, malleability, overall quality, shock resistance, unit toughness, etc., etc. These things are important. You have to be looking at what they're looking for on the right side, under the complexity over here. Appearance max damage modifier is influenced by shock resistance. Appearance min damage modifier is influenced by shock resistance. So those are some things that are kind of important, as well as overall quality. You want to be over 66%, which these are well over that. So with that in mind, also remember it's important that you also get a buff by an entertainer, and that'll be for your weapon experimentation or crafting experimentation and your assembly bonus. There's also food. You have Pauline cake, which is for assembly. You take this right now before you put the items together. And then for each step of experimentation, which we will go over later, I already have this assigned to a hotbar. It's Best Import, which gives you experimentation bonuses. So go ahead and assemble all of your components and resources together. Need to hop in here to get my polymer. It's decent enough. Stock on, scope on, barrel on, core on, appearance damage buff. Once all that's put together, you hit assemble. You assemble the items. Now you get to the step. So you had a great success. Not an amazing. That's all right. There are end game players who are able to do way more than what I can do because they have crafting suits and helper monkeys on top of it. So there's a lot of aspects that can go into this, but I'm going to be able to do well enough. So you go into the experiment phase. Obviously, max damage is the important thing you want to reach for here, if you can. I usually will put 1 in here, but you want to take your best import first before you run your experiment. See, because you get a great success. Now that we're down to 9, I'm going to go 3 at a time. Make sure I hit my best import, run experiment. 3 more at a time. Best import. Run it. 3 more. Best import. Run it. And we maxed it out. 94. It's not capped, but it's going to get us 1135. Kind of hurts a little bit. Not terrible for a kinetic weapon. Hopefully it peaks up over 45 after it's done, but we'll see. Alright, we'll call this the fire drill. Wish it could have turned out better, but, you know, that's what we have in-game crafters for. And that, in a nutshell, is how you make a blaster rifle in Star Wars Galaxies. See you in the next clip.